Hello, there are actually a lot of leaks right now. It seems the next update is going to be absolutely huge. We have a new game mode, new gameplay mechanics, heroes are getting art updates. Before even talking about all of those things, we have to look at all the past leaks and what actually happened. For example, when Shop Leak got released, so when the leaks regarding the shop update were coming, what we were expecting was a new hero will be launched. At the same time, the shop will get a new coat of paint, but in reality, so many things changed, right? The entire economy system changed. The slots also completely changed and new items were added. So a lot of things actually changed when shop update got rolled out. So the leaks were just suggesting like 10% of what was coming, but we got a lot more. Similarly, for hero update also, again, we knew new heroes are going to come, but a lot of people did not expect the entire art style to be revamped. And on top of that, each hero got their own unique animation and it was insane. And the leaks did not suggest everything, right? So similarly, what I'm expecting is all these leaks are like 10%. We are just scratching the surface of the next update. So the next update is definitely going to be huge. So keeping all of that aside, let's actually talk about the game mode, which is the thing that I'm absolutely excited about. It seems the next update is going to be for casuals and it is a similar to roguelike. And honestly, it is not that surprising because Valve owns teams. And if you look at all the popular games recently, Ball Pit, Clover Pit, Megabonk, Vampire Survivors, Balatro, all of these popular indie games are roguelike experience, right? So they know that roguelike is a very popular trend. And on top of that, roguelike is kinda addicting. So I am very much excited about this game mode because again, it is mainly focused for casuals. So the leaks are suggesting that we will get 3 random items. So this is very interesting. Imagine you being insanely lucky and getting 6400 soul item at the initial game. That can be very chaotic. But the confusion part is how are souls generated? How are people like players are going to level up? How can we get these items? So there is a lot of question. And on top of that, since it is Aram version, actually I didn't know what Aram meant, but it seems Aram actually stands for all random, all mid. So it is a game mode in League of Legends. So instead of 3 different lanes, we only have one singular lane. It's a 5v5, but only in one lane basically. So it is going to be very chaotic. The problem is Deadlock is a 6v6. So it is even more chaotic, right? So that's what I'm confused about. Again, Aram and League of Legends new roguelike mode is completely different. It is very similar to normal MOBA except only one lane, while here it is a complete roguelike game. So the game mode is completely different. So that's what I'm very much interested in knowing, like how can players level up? Is it going to be 6v6? I think it would be 3v3. Again, they are saying hyper casual, so it should be very quick, right? So yeah, I'm very much excited about it. Again, imagine they are adding new things for this. Like imagine you can add, like combine 2 different items, like an evolution basically, like metal skin plus return fire. Again, it's not huge, right? Like you're not becoming invincible or something, but that's a very cool idea, right? So the potential of this game is just keep on increasing. So I'm very excited about this game mode more than heroes or any other thing. I think this game mode has a lot of potential. The thing is, current Deadlock is not bad at all, but each map can take around 30 to 60 minutes. So if you have very less time to kill and you want to play Deadlock, I think this roguelike, which the leaks are suggesting is known as Street Brawl, like it seems this is the name of that roguelike. Again, keep this in mind that this is all leaks. So at the end, everything will change. If Street Brawl is something that can happen like within 10-20 minutes, I would say that's a very good thing for like casually playing the game, right? So yeah, I think this is going to be a great game for casuals. And the meta for this game mode is going to be completely different. And on top of that, they have to create a completely different map for this game. So yeah, a lot of things are going to change. So again, I just told you, right? Like we are just scratching the surface. We know about this game mode, but we don't know what map is going to look like. What is going to be the economy? Like how is the UI is going to look like? So yeah, definitely a lot of things are going to be changed. So that's all about game mode, but let's actually talk about the gameplay changes. First of all, Patron is getting an update, which actually we knew about it, but this looks absolutely stunning, dude. This looks so scary, right? And that's what patrons should be. And looking at the top icon, we can clearly see people are suggesting, like the leaks are saying that it would be a mystical druid versus steampunk, and we can kind of see it. So this is Amber Hand, right? So yeah, the patron and the icon is kind of looking similar, and this is looking kind of steampunkish. So again, we can clearly see that this might not even be the end game. So yeah, just keep that in mind that this is still work in progress, but this looks cool. And I really hope that Valve makes patrons absolutely huge. I think that can be very cool, right? Like imagine you getting inside someone's space and the patron is just huge, like he's colossal. That makes patrons so much more scarier. In this image, it looks like the patron is actually a lot more smaller, and I think it is his aura. I don't know what this is, but this is still very cool. But I hope this is the size of patron, the entire patron. And like we can look like very small guys at the side of it, like that can look very, very cool. But again, it is still potential. I'm just talking about just theoretical things. I hope Valve implements something that makes patrons look even more scarier. But yeah, this looks insanely cool. And looking at it, it is very clear that the entire map is also changing. There are 2 different exit points, and if you look closely at the minimap, yeah, it seems there are 2 different spawn points. And again, look at all these 3. So there are 3 shops very close to each other, right? Of course, it is Guardian, right? So both Guardians will have shops. So because of that, it looks like all of these are very close to each other. But again, it feels like the map is changing, definitely. And again, these look like the buffs. So 4 different buffs. So again, there is so much happening in just one screenshot. So I would not bother trying to understand what is even happening, because this is still work in progress. The end update is going to be completely different. So yeah, I wouldn't even bother trying to decipher what is even happening. But yeah, expect a lot of changes to the maps and art style. Gameplay changes is also going to be insane. So imagine if we actually have a druid aesthetic versus a steampunk aesthetic, then I can clearly see all of the walkers, guardians and troops completely getting an art style rework, right? So now this looks, again, the potential, dude, damn dude, like this is very exciting. Again, these are all the past versions of walkers basically. So this is the Neon Prime version, and then they slowly changed to the actual walker we have right now. But I think we can again go back. This looks very much like the druid aesthetic, right? So yeah, so what I see here is very similar to Dota, is that in Dota we have black and white. I don't exactly know what is the patrons in Dota called, but they have a black and white aesthetic. So each team will represent their own aesthetic. So here I think very similarly we have a druid aesthetic versus a steampunk aesthetic, but I think the entire genre will still be the same. It will be a noir element, but the patrons will represent completely different powers basically. So yeah, damn, like this is very exciting. And also imagine, this is a fan art basically, but imagine dynamic trooper updates. So basically at level 1 there will be normal troopers, but as they level up they actually become even more scarier, right? This is actually still in the game. Like the thing is, eventually as the time goes by, your troopers will gain spirit resistance. Now it is completely passive, it just happens in behind the scenes, so you wouldn't know that. But I think having some sort of a visual indication that these are stronger troops can be very interesting. Like imagine you got a rejuvenator buff, then all your troops have to get some sort of a visual indication, right? So I think a stronger visual indication that these troops are stronger because of the rejuvenator buff, yeah, I think is the potential. Again, the potential is there, but again, this is just a fan art. I hope Valve adds some sort of trooper variation to make it look more cool. But unfortunately, I think these candle troops will unfortunately go away because we have druid and steampunk aesthetic. I think these will not stay. If they are going to stay, then I think they will shift towards the steampunk aesthetic. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but I love these guys. But whatever, we will see what is going to happen. But yeah, most likely these will change. So again, jungles are also going to change. So most likely this should be the druid part of the map. So Amber Hand will get this type of jungle basically. So again, these are very old leagues, so most likely we will get a completely different look. But the general idea is that yeah, we can get very similar jungle aesthetic. Like dude, this is very cool, right? Like a single idea change, basically patrons representing completely different ideas. It is basically like a domino effect. So walkers, troops, jungles, map has to change as well, right? So like yeah, this is going to be a huge update. But I think they are going to keep on working on this. Again, I would be absolutely surprised if all of these updates are going to come in the Halloween. I think in the Halloween, we will get just some skins, and that's it. Or maybe new heroes might be added in Halloween, but I think this major update will still be released maybe around January or something. Again, I'm absolutely going to be surprised if it releases in Halloween. So another change that is seemingly coming to the next update is a defender heavy focus. Like basically right now, if you get snowballed, or if your opponents are like 20, 30 or 40k ahead of you, it will be almost impossible to get back, right? Like you have to try very hard to do that. It seems the next update will be focusing more on the comeback mechanics. So a stronger comeback mechanics are probably going to be implemented in the next update. So that is also very interesting. And I think this will change a lot. It seems again, the patron will become immune if you are actually staying inside the pit for 2 seconds. So again, a lot of changes. So strategy is going to be completely changed. So again, very interesting. I'm just looking forward to it. But again, these are all rumors. They can definitely change. We will see. Yeah, I think some variation of winning the map can be very interesting, not only from audience perspective to look at the game, but also from the player's perspective, like how they are going to strategize is also going to become a lot more important. So that is all about the gameplay. Let's talk about heroes. So Venator got leaked. So Venator is the priest. So priest is the code name basically. And it seems this is like an older model. So it is not even completely new. And this looks so cool. Like what I'm thinking is there are going to be 2 magazines. So this is the primary fire, this is the alternate fire, or maybe it might be completely reversed, but you have to maintain 2 different ammos. That is, again, this is just speculation, but that sounds very, very interesting. Again, it seems this guy is a Punisher and anti-tank. So most likely this is a DPS character. He looks very cool. So I am just giving that. But yeah, Venator is looking very spicy. And again, people are suggesting there are going to be 5 different heroes that are planned to be released. So yeah, again, too many things are happening. We don't know who to trust right now, but at least we have a proof that Venator does exist. So yeah, let's move on to the another one. Finally, dude, YAMATO is getting an art update. I like it a lot more than the current version, but I don't know what to say about this because the concept is already so good. I just don't know why they are going for this. Like it feels like a watered down version of the concept. Like the concept looks insane, right? YAMATO looks like a very brash character. Like she has scars on her face and she looks very mean and very demonic, right? Like this feels like an ultimate form where she becomes a demon basically, right? And again, the 7th moon and all of that, they can implement it, right? Like imagine if this is her ultimate form and as soon as she activates her ultimate, her entire hair becomes white and she just becomes a demon, right? Like that sounds so cool. And again, they say that hair is going to go wild when she unleashes her ultimate. There is so much. And on top of that, the outfit fits so well to the aesthetic, like the noir aesthetic. Like these pants, it fits very well in those era, right? Like in noir element, these outfits feels very genuine, right? And on top of that, they added some Japanese aesthetic on top of her, like these clothes and the katana and her braided hair. Like it feels so nice and I don't know what to feel. Like she feels like a monk basically, right? So that's the only weird part about it. And on top of that, I don't get why she have a hat. I don't like this. But it doesn't mean I hate it either, but yeah, she doesn't feel like YAMATO at all. I hope this is very similar to the Ivy leak we got, but eventually after getting some feedback from the community, they changed the Ivy model. So I hope that's the case because I don't know, this does not feel real, dude. Like this feels a lot more better. But yeah, enough rant about YAMATO. Let's actually go to other heroes. This is actually an older leak, so it's not completely new, but most likely we should expect Grey Talon's art update as well. So yeah, that's also something you have to keep in mind. Unfortunately, it seems Tourist Victor is getting scrapped. That is unfortunate. And also similarly, it seems Sinclair and Vyper are also not getting any remodels. Again, I'm not very worried about it. I'm not expecting this update to roll out within the Halloween. So if this is going to release in January, then most likely I'm expecting all of these changes. Again, we know because of the recent interview Gabe gave that most of the entire Valve is now focused on releasing Deadlock, right? Like that is their main priority right now. So yeah, I'm expecting a lot of big changes very quickly. So yeah, just don't worry about all of these. This is unfortunate news for a leak, but I think at the end we will get all of these great updates. So That's it. These are all the information that I could collect. If I'm missing anything, then please tell me about it. But I felt like not a lot of people are actually talking about all the changes that are important, right? Like that might actually happen. We are just getting leaks and people are only talking about leaks, but the potential is still there, right? Like the map changes is something that will definitely happen. And I think all of this will also change, right? Like since we are talking about a druid aesthetic, then most likely all of this should be covered with plants and druids. So yeah, a lot of things are going to change. So yeah, I hope you are as much excited as I am. And yeah, if you like this video, then consider liking and subscribing. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care of your health, sleep well, and bye bye.